In the dead of a desert night, under a star-dusted sky, the Valley of the Kings holds its breath. Flickering lanterns cast long, dancing shadows against ancient stone. It's here, in this silent graveyard of gods and pharaohs, that a secret lay buried for over 3,000 years. Some doors, they say, should never be opened. This is the story of one such door, and the chilling darkness that spilled out when it was. Our story begins in November 1922. The air is thick with dust and anticipation. After years of relentless, fruitless searching, British archaeologist Howard Carter stands before a sealed doorway. His patron, the wealthy Lord Carnarvon, stands beside him, his heart pounding with the thrill of discovery. They had found it. A hidden tomb, miraculously untouched by millennia of grave robbers. The tomb of a boy king, Tutankhamun. With trembling hands, Carter makes a small opening in the door. He holds a candle to the breach, its flame flickering in the stale, ancient air. Carnarvon, unable to bear the suspense, asks, "Can you see anything?" Carter's voice, barely a whisper, echoes back from the darkness. "Yes. Wonderful things." Inside, a treasure trove beyond imagination. Gilded chariots, golden shrines, and everywhere, the glint of gold. At the heart of it all lay the sarcophagus of the young pharaoh himself. The world was captivated. Newspapers heralded it as the greatest archaeological discovery of all time. But as the treasures were brought into the light, something else, something sinister, seemed to awaken from its long slumber. A shadow fell over the celebration. The first victim was a small, seemingly insignificant one. Howard Carter's pet canary, a bright yellow bird that sang in his home, was swallowed by a cobra. In ancient Egypt, the cobra was a symbol of the pharaohs, a protector of royalty that strikes down its enemies. Was it an omen, a warning? Many dismissed it as a strange coincidence. But it was only the beginning. Just a few months later, in April 1923, Lord Carnarvon, the man who funded the entire expedition, was dead. He had been bitten by a mosquito on his cheek while in Luxor. The bite became infected, leading to blood poisoning and pneumonia. He died in a delirious fever in Cairo. In a chilling twist, at the very moment of his death, all the lights in Cairo inexplicably went out. Miles away, back in England, Carnarvon's dog, Susie, howled and dropped dead. The press went wild. Headlines screamed of the pharaoh's curse. The world became obsessed with the idea that King Tutankhamun was taking revenge from beyond the grave. And the deaths didn't stop with Carnarvon. George J. Gould, a wealthy American visitor to the tomb, died from a fever soon after his visit. Sir Archibald Douglas Reed, the radiologist who x-rayed the mummy, died of a mysterious illness. Prince Ali Kamel Fahmy Bey of Egypt was shot dead by his wife just months after viewing the tomb. One by one, people connected to the tomb's opening met untimely ends. A member of Carter's excavation team, Aaron Ember, died in a house fire. He reportedly had a chance to escape, but ran back in to save a manuscript he was working on, a book titled The Egyptian Book of the Dead. Even Lord Carnarvon's half-brother, Aubrey Herbert, who was present at the opening, died from blood poisoning. By 1929, over a dozen deaths were being linked to the curse. Of course, science and reason sought to explain the unexplainable. Skeptics pointed to the power of suggestion and media hysteria. Scientists proposed theories about dormant, toxic bacteria or fungi sealed within the tomb for millennia, which, when released, could have caused fatal illnesses. They argued that many who entered the tomb lived long, healthy lives, including the main target of the curse, Howard Carter himself. He lived for another 17 years, dying of natural causes at the age of 64. But for every logical explanation, there was a chilling account that defied it. Stories circulated of ghostly apparitions seen near the tomb, of whispers heard in the empty chambers. Sir Arthur Conan Doyle, the creator of Sherlock Holmes and a firm believer in spiritualism, publicly declared that malevolent spirits, elementals created by ancient priests to guard the king, were responsible for the deaths. The most famous piece of evidence for the curse is an inscription, supposedly found in an antechamber, written in hieroglyphs. It was said to carry a dire warning: death shall come on swift wings to him who disturbs the peace of the king. While mainstream Egyptologists deny ever finding such a specific inscription, the legend persists, etched into the public imagination. It became the definitive symbol of the pharaoh's wrath. So what was the truth? Was it a supernatural curse unleashed from a 3,000-year-old tomb, a chain of tragic coincidences fueled by a sensationalist press, or perhaps a more mundane, but no less deadly, cocktail of ancient pathogens? The debate continues to this day, a mystery as sealed as the tomb once was. The story of King Tut's curse taps into our deepest fears of the unknown, the idea that there are forces in this world, ancient and powerful, that we do not understand and should not provoke. It reminds us that history is not just a collection of facts and artifacts, but a realm of whispered legends and haunting possibilities. Perhaps, in the end, the real curse wasn't written in hieroglyphs on a tomb wall. Perhaps it wasn't an ancient spirit or a deadly mold. Maybe the curse was something far more human, a reflection of the greed that drove men to break into a sacred resting place, to turn a king's journey to the afterlife into a public spectacle. The treasures of Tutankhamun brought fame and fortune, but they also brought a shadow that has never truly lifted. And in that shadow, the boy king sleeps on, his peace forever disturbed. Thank you for joining us on this journey into the heart of an ancient mystery. If you're fascinated by the secrets of the past, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell for more stories from the annals of history. Until next time, stay curious.